Chosen one, lock your attention on this message right now. The algorithm did not bring you to this exact moment. You did not stumble onto this recording by accident. The Holy Spirit orchestrated this intersection in time because you are standing at the edge of a massive breakthrough. There is a specific divine verdict that was just issued over your life. Do not click away. If you leave before hearing this revelation, you might miss the exact instruction heaven is giving you. The system desperately wants you to keep scrolling. They want you distracted and spiritually blind. Take one deep breath. Slowly. Drop your heavy shoulders and open your hands. I need you to center your spirit and listen to these words very carefully. You have been praying for a shift for so long. You keep asking the universe why the financial pressure has been so heavy. The doors seemed glued shut, no matter how hard you pushed against them. You feel exhausted deep in your bones. Your physical body is tired even when you have rested for hours. And every morning you wake up, that quiet ache is already sitting heavy on your chest. You smile for your family. You push through the day and pretend everything is fine. But nobody sees the battles you fight behind closed doors. Nobody hears the silent prayers you whisper in your car when you are completely alone. You have been carrying a weight that was never meant for your shoulders. You act strong because everyone expects you to be the strong one. People constantly take your energy and offer nothing in return. You are always the helper, the healer, the one who listens. But when you fall down, the room gets very quiet. You looked around recently and realized your circle has gotten so small. The isolation feels incredibly heavy and deeply unfair. You thought you were doing something wrong to push people away from your life. The waiting season has drained your spirit to the absolute limit. You watch other people get their blessings so easily. They do not work half as hard as you do, yet their doors open effortlessly. Meanwhile, you have been standing in the hallway for years. You followed the rules and kept your heart pure, but heaven has felt completely silent to your desperate requests. You started to doubt your own intuition. You wondered if you made a massive mistake somewhere along the journey. The unseen enemy whispers in your ear that you have been forgotten. They tell you that you are just unlucky or permanently cursed. You actually started to believe that this painful struggle is your permanent reality. Your mind is trapped in a constant loop of survival mode. But you must hear this truth today. The delay was never a denial. Heaven did not put you on pause because you are unworthy. That unbearable waiting period was a calculated season of exactness. The Creator was keeping those small doors permanently closed. If He let you walk through them too early, the toxic environment would have completely crushed your gentle spirit. Think back to the strange stillness you felt over the last 72 hours. The atmosphere around you shifted in a very noticeable way. People suddenly pulled away without any logical explanation. Minor inconveniences kept blocking your daily plans. You felt a sudden surge of emotional exhaustion that did not even belong to you. Your spirit was sensing a massive transition. You absorb the chaos of the world around you. Your spirit acts like a sponge for the pain of your family and friends. This is why crowded rooms make you want to flee. This is why meaningless conversations drain your life force immediately. You are highly sensitive to the hidden intentions of others. You can read a room the second you walk through the door. They called you too sensitive. They told you to toughen up and stop overthinking every little detail. But what they call overthinking is actually your spiritual discernment keeping you safe. You see the truth before anyone else even notices the lie. This unique gift is incredibly isolating when you are surrounded by people who prefer the comfortable darkness. So you waited in the silence. You endured the misunderstanding and swallowed the unfair judgments. You kept your faith alive when every physical evidence told you to give up. The financial stress kept mounting while you waited for a single drop of rain. You checked your bank account and felt that familiar wave of panic wash over your tired mind. I know exactly how close you came to completely breaking down. You stood at the edge of surrender so many times this month. You told the universe you had nothing left to give. Your spirit was bruised from fighting a war that nobody else could see. But you did not break. You survived the wilderness because you carry a divine fire that the world cannot extinguish. The waiting is finally over. The season that exhausted your spirit has officially expired. But before you can step into the mega deposit heaven prepared, you must understand what happened in the unseen realm. There is a specific trap the enemy laid out to steal your harvest at the final hour. You need to know exactly how they operate so you can protect your blessing. Listen to me carefully. I need to change how you see your current situation. Your isolation is not a punishment. It is a divine quarantine to protect your frequency. God is pulling you away from the noise. And because your next season requires total purity, you cannot enter it with chaos attached to your soul. He had to clear the room before the blessing could arrive. You thought those closed doors were brutal rejections. You cried when opportunities slipped through your fingers. But heaven was acting as your ultimate shield. God did not close that door to deny you. He closed it because entering that toxic room would have completely destroyed your peace. The delay was never about your lack of worth. It was about precise timing. The exhaustion you feel is profoundly misunderstood. You are not weak for needing extra rest right now. Your spirit has been acting as a human shield. You have been fighting spiritual battles while your physical body sleeps. And while you absorb the spiritual warfare directed at your bloodline, this heavy lifting drains your physical energy completely. Every tear you cried in secret was meticulously recorded. You did not survive the fire because you are just tough. You survived because you are chosen. And while the world ignored your quiet suffering, the universe was busy preparing a massive reward for your silent endurance. But there is a biological reason why you feel so disconnected right now. Your spirit is ready, but your physical vessel is lagging behind. The heavy brain fog you experience is not your fault. You probably remember a time when your mind was incredibly sharp. You could learn things quickly and see solutions clearly. Now everything feels like you are walking through thick mud. You blame your age or your lack of daily discipline. But the absolute truth is, something was stolen from you at the neural level. You tried to fix it with sheer willpower. You meditated and wrote in your journals every single morning. You prayed for the fog to lift so you could finally move forward. But because modern life quietly switched off your neural pathways, your willpower alone cannot reconnect what was broken. Something from the outside has to open the channel again. Heaven is providing a physical key for this lock. Modern society thrives on keeping your mind scattered and weak. They want you disconnected from your God-given genius. When you are tired and foggy, you are much easier to control. The matrix feeds on your scattered attention and your endless daily anxiety. But heaven is releasing a tangible restoration to combat this exact theft. God often uses the natural to unlock the spiritual. When your spiritual season requires a massive upgrade, the physical tools will magically appear. Your mind is the receiver for divine instructions. If the receiver is broken, the messages simply bounce off into the void. And because your internal antenna is completely disconnected, you feel like you have been praying to a brick wall. We must address the physical block before the spiritual floodgates open. The restoration of your mind is the very first step. You cannot govern a season of massive abundance with a brain trapped in survival mode. The universe requires you to be sharp and fully present. And the solution to this exhausting fog has been hiding in plain sight for decades. I want to pause and name something important before we go on. Over the past 20 years, A neurologist in New York has been studying a profound discovery. Dr. Daniel Barone looked deeply into research that won the Nobel Prize back in 1981. The two hemispheres of your human brain were designed to work in perfect harmony. But in most adults, that synchronization quietly switched off. He built a specific restoration tool from that Nobel research. It is called the genius switch. I am not going to explain the whole of it to you just yet. For now, I only want you to hold one powerful question in your tired mind. What if the heavy fog you feel was never your age? What if it was never your lack of discipline causing this struggle? What if something brilliant was simply switched off and it can be switched back on? The implications of this truth will change the trajectory of your entire life. Your childhood genius is still resting dormant inside your mind. We will return to that massive revelation shortly. But before you can receive the cure, you must fully understand the disease. You have to recognize the hidden forces that purposefully drained your energy. And if you do not see the invisible trap around you, you will mishandle the coming blessing. The enemy operates in the shadows to keep you deeply confused. You must open your eyes to the spiritual warfare surrounding you. The people you trusted the most were often the very tools used against you. They smiled in your face while quietly siphoning your radiant light. This was a calculated attack to keep you vibrating at a very low frequency. You were targeted because of the massive potential you carry. Let us talk about the invisible enemy operating in your daily life. The greatest threat to your peace does not come with horns or a scary face. It comes disguised as a friend or a family member who constantly needs your help. They are energy vampires sent to drain your spiritual reserves. You give them everything you have, and they leave you completely empty. You have always wondered why you attract these incredibly broken people. It is not because you have poor boundaries or low self-worth. They flock to you because your spirit shines like a brilliant lighthouse in their dark world. And instead of doing the hard work to heal their own wounds, they simply want to consume your pure energy to soothe their pain. This brings us to the ultimate betrayal you experienced recently. The people you sacrificed so much for suddenly turned their backs on you. They misunderstood your kindness for weakness and tried to exploit your gentle nature. When you finally set a firm boundary and said no, they instantly painted you as the villain. This rapid shift in their attitude left you deeply shocked. They launched a smear campaign against your good name. They whispered in secret and spread toxic lies to anyone who would listen. You wanted to defend yourself and scream the truth from the rooftops. But while you desperately wanted to fight back, the Holy Spirit commanded you to stay perfectly silent. Your silence was a weapon that they absolutely could not comprehend. Why did they suddenly turn on you with such intense malice? They did not hate you because of anything you did wrong. They hated the light inside you that violently exposed their hidden darkness. Your very existence is a constant reminder of everything they failed to become. Your pure frequency makes their low vibration feel incredibly uncomfortable. This toxic dynamic is not limited to just your personal relationships. The entire modern matrix is designed to keep you trapped in this endless cycle of exhaustion. The system is absolutely terrified of a chosen one who finally wakes up to their true power. They bombard you with financial stress and fake emergencies to keep your eyes focused on the dirt. The matrix wants you constantly reacting to the chaos around you. When you react with anger or fear, you freely give away your sovereign power. They need you vibrating in a state of permanent anxiety. And because an anxious mind cannot hear the subtle whispers of divine guidance, this becomes a calculated spiritual attack on your mental clarity. You spent years thinking you were just a victim of bad circumstances. You believed the lie that your family was permanently cursed with financial struggles. But because heaven has a specific purpose for your pain, There are absolutely no coincidences in the life of a chosen one. Every strange delay and every painful betrayal was a divine appointment. The Creator was exposing the hidden snakes. Think about your unique role within your own family dynamic. From a very young age, you felt like an outcast who never truly belonged. You were the black sheep who could see through the fake smiles and the toxic traditions. That discomfort was not teenage rebellion or bad attitude. It was your spiritual discernment, rejecting a system of generational bondage. You were placed in that specific bloodline with a highly dangerous assignment. You are the designated cycle breaker for your entire family tree. You have been fighting the silent cycles of poverty and emotional abuse that started centuries ago. The enemy tried to break your mind early to stop you from fulfilling this massive mission. They resent you because you absolutely refuse to stay broken like them. You chose to heal, while they chose to remain comfortable in their familiar dysfunction. Your massive growth is a direct threat to the toxic environment they rely on. And even though they try to pull you back down into the mud, their gravity can no longer hold your rising spirit. Heaven allowed this immense pressure to forge you into an unbreakable weapon. You cannot become a master of spiritual authority without passing through the fire of betrayal. The pain was rigorous and incredibly silent. It was a divine test that you did not even know you were taking. And the universe is declaring right now that you passed with flying colors. Notice how the group that came against you is currently behaving. They are starting to panic because their old manipulation tactics are failing miserably. The traps they set for your downfall are snapping back on their own fingers. Confusion is hitting their camp while your inner peace is slowly returning. The balance of power is permanently shifting today. You are officially stepping out of their toxic reach. The invisible strings they use to control your emotions are being permanently cut. But to walk into the new season of abundance, your physical vessel must be ready to receive it. You cannot carry tomorrow's mega blessing with yesterday's exhausted mind. Your biological receiver must be fully restored. You can feel the atmosphere changing around you right now. The heavy clouds are finally starting to part. The spiritual scales are actively balancing themselves in your favor. And while you sit in silence, the universe is forcefully removing every single obstacle that stood in your way. You are no longer the victim of their hidden games. The people who tried to bury you are watching you rise. They expected you to completely fall apart when they left. They wanted you to beg for their toxic validation. But instead of crying over the loss, you completely detached your energy from their chaotic world. Your silent indifference is driving them absolutely crazy. Their panic is becoming incredibly obvious. The group that whispered about you is now turning on each other. The hidden plots they created are collapsing under their own weight. Heaven is stepping in as your personal defense attorney to expose their dark lies. You do not even have to lift a single finger to defend your name. Your energy is shifting into a brand new dimension. You are crossing the invisible bridge between survival and absolute sovereignty. The desperate need to be understood by everyone is completely gone. You realize that your frequency is simply too expensive to spend on cheap drama. The quiet authority you project is making the shadows retreat, but there is a massive friction happening inside your body. Your spirit is expanding rapidly while your physical mind struggles to keep up. The mental exhaustion you feel is the ultimate bottleneck to your massive blessing. You keep trying to force your mind to focus with sheer determination, but pure willpower is no longer enough to fix this. Here is what truly matters right now. The strange distance you feel is not only spiritual. There is a deeply neurological layer to this exhaustion, and it is completely restorable. You cannot fix it through more physical effort or a different daily prayer. The specific restoration Dr. Barone's team spent 20 years building is required. Willpower cannot reconnect what modern life switched off. Something from the outside has to open the channel again. The modern world was designed to disconnect your mind. The endless notifications and the synthetic food are weapons used against you. They disrupt the delicate harmony between the two hemispheres of your brain. And because your mind is forced to constantly process this artificial noise, your natural genius gets buried under mountains of brain fog. Your internal receiver is jammed. You must physically align with the incoming spiritual wave, gently like this video, as a physical declaration to the universe that you are in agreement. Do not do it for a meaningless social media algorithm. Do it to anchor your rising frequency into this exact moment in time. Your physical actions must reflect the massive spiritual upgrade you are claiming today. The season of being a spiritual sponge is over. You are officially released from the heavy burden of healing people who want to stay broken. Their karma is no longer your personal responsibility. You can finally lay down the heavy armor you have worn since childhood. Heaven is giving you the ultimate permission to simply rest and receive. But receiving requires a crystal-clear mind. You cannot govern the coming wealth with a brain that constantly forgets simple words. You cannot recognize the subtle signs of the universe when you are chronically fatigued. The Creator arranged a beautiful path for you to walk down, but every single week, the synchronization stays disrupted. You miss the subtle turns. The divine provision is already waiting at the door. The financial breakthroughs you requested are lined up in the spiritual realm. God prepared not only the promise, but also the mind that must walk into it. But the enemy knows that if they can keep you foggy, you will walk right past the massive blessing. They are attacking your biology to steal your destiny. You remember how brilliant you used to be. When you were a child, your imagination was a boundless source of pure magic. You could solve problems easily and see the beauty in every tiny detail. The world told you that growing up meant losing that special spark forever. They lied to you to keep you trapped in their miserable reality. Your childhood genius was never permanently lost. It was just quietly suppressed by a toxic environment that feared your potential. The universe is practically begging you to reclaim your stolen mental clarity today. You must take your power back from the people who drained you. You must prepare your physical vessel for the ultimate spiritual download. The heavy chains are falling off your mind right now. You are waking up from a very long and artificial sleep. The shadows that haunted your thoughts are dissolving in the brilliant light of truth. And as you step out of survival mode and into quiet authority, your mind must be completely sharp. The coming days will require your absolute best self. We are approaching the ultimate turning point of this message. You must protect your rising energy from the desperate attacks of the enemy. They will try one last time to pull you back into the heavy fog of confusion. Do not let your attention drift away for even a single second. The key to unlocking your trapped genius is about to be revealed. Your soul is completely ready for the new season. You have done the deep shadow work and forgiven the people who hurt you. But your biological receiver is still heavily damaged from years of toxic stress. You cannot simply wish away the physical damage that the Matrix inflicted on your brain. Your pure intentions cannot fix a broken biological circuit. The frustration you feel is completely justified. You feel incredibly angry because you know you are meant for massive things. Yet your mind constantly betrays you with fatigue and sudden memory lapses. You are experiencing biological helplessness caused by a modern lifestyle you did not even choose. You need a physical key to unlock this biological prison. God often uses the natural world to unlock the spiritual realm. There is a profound study that won the Nobel Prize in 1981. This breakthrough did not come from a church or a seminary, but from a medical laboratory. Dr. Roger Sperry proved the two hemispheres of the human brain were perfectly designed to work in sync. A brilliant neurologist in New York spent decades on this. Dr. Daniel Barone took that incredible Nobel discovery and spent 20 years turning it into a tangible tool. The reason your mind feels foggy is not your age, and it is definitely not your weakness. The two beautiful hemispheres of your brain simply fell out of synchronization. You lost the whole brain activation that was your default state at 8 years old. 98% of young children have this magic, but fewer than 1 in 1,000 adults manage to keep it. His team compressed over an hour of clinical neural sync technology into an 8-minute auditory sequence. You just need headphones and closed eyes. 8 minutes a day is the entire requirement to fix this. I must be very clear that this is not a meditation or a simple brainwave track. This is hemisphere synchronization, which is a completely different mechanism of action. It bypasses your tired willpower and goes straight to work on your neural pathways beneath your conscious awareness. A woman in California experienced this exact miracle recently. She had tried intense prayer, daily journaling, and endless meditation for years without any real success. But she said that after just 10 days of this sequence, a channel that had been blocked was suddenly wide open. She did not try harder, the receiver was simply repaired. The genius switch is definitely not for everyone. It is specifically for the chosen one who understands that God prepared both the promise and the mind. It is for the persistent person who kept returning to the altar even when the physical evidence would not cooperate. Most average people will scroll past, but you are still sitting right here. Your quiet persistence is exactly what this tool was built for. Colleagues said it would be a massive bargain even at $500. An in-person neurofeedback session easily costs $300 an hour, and a home machine is $7,000. It was originally released to the public at $49, but today on this specific page, it is $10 less. You can access the complete sequence for just $39. It also includes 4 free companions, like a grocery guide that saves you $100 a month. You also get a 100-year-old manifestation text and a printable habits infographic included for free. There is one very important thing worth naming right now. If you search the internet or audio apps for this name, you will find fake tracks. His team studied them, and most of those hollow copies had no neural sync technology embedded inside them at all. The name is very easy to copy, but the clinical mechanism is not. The direct page is the only verified and safe source. You must guard your peace and protect your mind from these empty imitations circulating online. Do not settle for the fake copies that will only waste your precious time. The true sequence took 20 long years of clinical research to build perfectly. You are completely protected by a sacred and risk-free covenant. Listen to it once, or listen to it 80 times. If it does not do for you what it has done for 18,000 other people, every single dollar returns to you. There are absolutely no conditions and no uncomfortable questions asked. You have zero earthly risk in this step. If your spirit resonates with this truth, take action now. The verified link is waiting for you in the description and the pinned comment. It is the only place this authentic restoration exists. Walk through the open door with your receiver fully restored before this rare window of opportunity closes. Your new season demands a clear mind. Do not let the enemy convince you to ignore this physical tool. Your spiritual shift is absolutely ready to happen today, but your physical mind needs to be reconnected so you can actually enjoy the coming wealth. A small step taken from a place of clarity has completely changed entire seasons for chosen ones, just like you. I know a quiet question might still be lingering in your mind. You are asking yourself if you have tried too many things already. You bought the binaural tracks on the internet. You listened to endless soundtracks that did absolutely nothing for your mind. And every evening you tried meditating in dark rooms while forcing your restless brain to be quiet, only to feel more exhausted than when you started. Brain waves and simple soundtracks only address a tiny fraction of the total picture. They do not synchronize the two hemispheres of your brain. The genius switch is hemisphere synchronization, which is an entirely different category of scientific result. And while other methods force you to concentrate for hours, this sequence simply works beneath your conscious awareness while you rest quietly in peace. You might also look at $39 and hesitate for a brief second, but consider the physical alternative of clinical therapy in the real world. An in-person neurofeedback session at a private clinic easily costs $300 for a single hour. A dedicated home machine will set you back $7,000. Dr. Barone cut out all the middlemen to make this tool accessible. And remember that your resources are completely protected by an unconditional guarantee. If you listen 80 times and feel no noticeable shift, every single cent returns directly to your bank account. It is not a permanent purchase. It is a temporary deposit that you can recall at any moment you choose. There is zero earthly risk involved when heaven prepares the way for your mind to heal. Perhaps you tell yourself that you simply do not have enough spare time right now, but 8 minutes is all it requires from your busy daily routine. You can listen while your morning coffee brews or while you sit quietly before bed. If you cannot give your own vessel 8 minutes a day, it is not a lack of time. It is a subtle permission issue that you must overcome to receive your blessing. Let us step back into the sacred space of this message right now. The physical tool is merely a servant to your greater spiritual destiny. Heaven did not bring you to this exact moment to sell you on human effort. God brought you here to awaken the dormant authority that has been sleeping inside your spirit. The physical restoration simply ensures that your mind can hold the massive weight. Feel the atmosphere around you growing extraordinarily still right now. The noise of the outside world is fading into complete insignificance. The doubts that tormented your mind for years are losing their suffocating grip on your thoughts. You are standing in the sacred court of heaven as a divine decree is being prepared. The season of your public humiliation is turning into a season of untouchable glory. Heaven has reviewed your file and read every single tear you cried in secret. The angels witnessed how you kept your heart clean when others threw dirt at your name. You did not seek revenge against the people who betrayed your trust. You left your defense in the hands of the Almighty, and that quiet faith was counted as supreme righteousness. Now, the verdict is officially in. The dark forces that monitored your life are in a state of absolute chaos today. They realize that their tactical window of opportunity has permanently closed. They tried to keep you broken in survival mode until your spirit gave up completely. But you held on through the darkest nights of the soul, and because you refused to bow down to their lies, your breakthrough is bursting open. Open your spirit to receive the divine command that is about to echo through your life. You are not a victim of cruel fate or bad family bloodlines anymore. You are stepping into the full mantle of your sacred calling. The heavy burdens you carried for generations are about to shatter into 1,000 tiny pieces. Prepare your heart for the ultimate declaration of your total freedom. Take one last deep breath and drop every remaining ounce of tension from your body. Let the quiet power of the Holy Spirit wash over your tired soul. The waiting room has officially closed its doors behind you forever. You are walking into the inner sanctuary of your true purpose right now. Listen to the prophetic decree that heaven is pronouncing over your life today. I declare and decree over your life right now that the long season of waiting is permanently broken. The suffocating chains of survival mode are falling off your mind in this very second. You are no longer defined by the trauma of your past. Every generational curse of poverty, addiction, and emotional abuse that haunted your bloodline stops with you today, because you are the anointed cycle breaker. I command every spirit of delay, confusion, and financial lack to back away from your sanctuary immediately. The universe is flipping the script on every single person who spoke poorly of your name. Those who sat at secret tables and whispered about your downfall will soon watch God prepare a lavish feast for you right in front of their eyes. You do not have to fight, for heaven is your defense. The plot of the enemy has officially collapsed into absolute dust. The traps they set for your feet have become their own spiritual prison. Confusion has struck the camp of your enemies, while your peace remains completely untouchable. The tears you cried in secret are turning into rivers of living water, and the quiet sacrifices you made in the dark are about to reward you in public. I decree a mega deposit of divine favor, mental clarity, and supernatural provision into your hands right now. The doors that were glued shut for years are swinging open by the power of the Holy Spirit. You are stepping into an unprecedented Chadash, a fresh new beginning where your spirit will soar effortlessly. Breathe out the heavy exhaustion, because your spiritual warfare has been gloriously won. You are no longer a footstool for the egos of narcissistic people. You are no longer the emotional dumpster for broken individuals who refuse to heal. Heaven is restoring everything that was stolen from your family tree over the last 20 years. The health of your mind, the peace of your heart, and the abundance of your home are being multiplied tenfold, starting today. Feel the sudden release of light entering your physical vessel right now. That quiet ache sitting on your chest for months is dissolving into pure peace. You are not losing your mind, and you are not going crazy. You are stepping into your divine identity as a quiet victor who walks in absolute spiritual authority. Your presence alone will now command respect in every room you enter. And for the chosen one who felt something stir when the mind was named earlier, that door is still open in the description. A small step, taken from a clear mind, has changed entire seasons. You can move forward with total confidence, knowing that your steps are divinely ordered by the Creator of the cosmos. The era of you begging for crumbs from the Matrix is forever over. You are holding the sovereign keys to the kingdom. The authority that was placed inside your DNA before you were born is waking up today. You will no longer explain your soul to people who are committed to misunderstanding your spirit. Your silence will be your ultimate weapon, and your calm spirit will be your greatest power. Every financial barrier that attempted to restrict your movement is crumbling to the ground. The divine provision arranged for your life is locating you right at this exact intersection in time. You will have more than enough to fulfill your sacred mission on this earth. You will bless your children and your community without ever fearing the scarcity of tomorrow. Put your hand over your heart and accept this prophetic truth into your spirit. The wilderness season tested your faith, but it could not consume your holy fire. You walked through the burning flames and came out without even the smell of smoke upon your clothes. You are purified, you are vindicated, and you are completely free from the weight of yesterday. The court of heaven has officially signed the decree of your absolute release. No weapon formed against your mind shall ever prosper again. No slanderous word spoken against your character will stand in the presence of divine justice. You are covered by divine grace, shielded by angelic forces, and elevated into your rightful place of quiet power. The heavy fire of the climax is slowly fading away. You can feel a profound coolness settling over your entire spirit right now. The massive spiritual shift has already taken place in the unseen realm, but now you must learn how to protect the beautiful blessing you just received. Heaven requires you to be a wise steward of this new season. Do not rush back into the loud noise of the sleeping world. The most important rule for your next chapter is absolute silence. When the massive doors finally open for you this week, you must keep your mouth completely closed. Do not run to tell the people who previously doubted your sacred calling. They do not have the spiritual capacity to celebrate your massive victory. If you share your divine harvest with them, their hidden jealousy will instantly contaminate your pure water. Your energy is far too expensive to waste on trying to prove them wrong. Let them misunderstand your quiet nature. Let them assume whatever they want about your sudden disappearance from their toxic circles. You have officially entered the sacred sanctuary of quiet authority. You no longer need to explain your brilliant soul to people who are fully committed to misunderstanding your spirit. Let your success speak for itself. When the financial provision finally arrives in your hands, handle it with extreme grace. Do not boast about the wealth that heaven is releasing into your life. You are a humble vessel chosen to redirect these divine resources, and heaven trusts you completely because you remained faithful when your pockets were totally empty. Walk softly through your daily life, and let your gentle actions reflect the deep gratitude in your heart. If the people who betrayed you try to return, you must protect your boundaries fiercely. They will sense the shift in your energy, and they will want a piece of your new light. You can forgive them quietly from a very safe distance. But you absolutely cannot allow them to sit at the new table God prepared for you. Your ultimate assignment is to move entirely forward without looking back at their ruined empire. You are a masterpiece of God designed for a highly specific purpose on this earth. The enemy tried to bury you under a massive mountain of shame and exhaustion, but they did not realize you were a powerful seed planted in incredibly fertile soil. You grew beautifully in the dark while nobody was watching your silent progress. And now the entire world will witness the magnificent tree you have finally become. Let your physical body fully rest and recover tonight. You have been running on pure adrenaline for entirely too long. Your nervous system needs this quiet moment to reset and align with the new peaceful frequency. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the heavy weight that used to crush your chest will be entirely gone. You will open your eyes and feel a beautiful sense of joyful expectation for the coming day. The Matrix will attempt to distract you with fake emergencies, but you must remain permanently anchored in the absolute truth you received here today. Your reality is no longer dictated by the panicked voices of the sleeping world. You answer to a much higher authority, and that authority has already declared your total victory. The endless cycle of survival mode is officially broken. We need to lock this rising frequency so the enemy cannot intercept your future messages. Gently subscribe to this quiet sanctuary if you feel completely safe here. We do not ask this to satisfy an earthly algorithm. We invite you to join this space as a spiritual seal of agreement. When you connect your energy to this sanctuary, you are actively building a shield around your mind and your future blessings. Take a moment to leave a single word in the comments below. Type the word Amen to physically declare that you accept this powerful decree. Your simple action is a physical anchor that pulls the spiritual promise directly into your material reality. You are signing a sacred contract with the universe to leave your heavy burdens completely behind. Do not skip this tiny step of faithful obedience. Take one final deep breath with me right now. Let the clean air fill your lungs and push out any remaining doubt. You are completely safe and divinely protected. The heavy storm has finally passed over your house. The sun is breaking through the dark clouds to warm your tired face. You survived the brutal wilderness, and your beautiful promised land is finally standing right in front of you. Rest tonight with a profoundly peaceful mind. The battles in the unseen realm are already fought and won on your behalf. You do not have to worry about tomorrow because the Creator is already standing there waiting for you. Walk in your new quiet authority and never apologize for the brilliant light you carry. You are chosen, you are deeply loved, and your waiting days are officially over.